Alright, what's up guys? My name is RobehXD and this is going to be a run of Uncharted Drake's Fortune on the PlayStation 4 Glitchless. So let's get into this. Basically, let's get this show on the road. Yeah, what's up everyone? I hope you're having a good time enjoying this. So basically we start off on Uncharted with an auto section. It's very exciting, very exhilarating. So we'll just go through this. It's basically just a 2.5 minute introduction to the game and the mechanics. And it's seen as a bit of a tutorial section. So that's basically all it is. So we just have to go through the formalities of it. But during this time we could just have a look at it. Obviously the run I'm doing is glitchless, obviously different from any percent. So glitches like clipping through the wall, launches are not allowed. However, exploits within the game like reset checkpoints and other aspects like that are allowed, and those sorts of mechanics we will be taking advantage of as much as we can, just to save as much time as we can. That's basically it, including at the end of chapter 3 we will be getting the run animation into chapter 4 through the cutscene, obviously seen more as a exploit than a glitch itself. So yeah, like I said, we'll be doing as much of that as we can. Obviously we run this game on Explorer difficulty as well, so similar to the any percent race you would have seen. You may have seen, earlier today. A lot of it is just running past the guards, using blind fire. There's only really a couple of sections where you could die, but even if you do, it's not really the end of the world. But we're coming up to near the end of this introduction section. Very tame, very boring, but we'll be through it in a moment. Thanks Rachie. Hopefully it'll go alright. So yeah, so obviously this game, story-wise, is about the adventures of El Dorado and trying to find what Francis Drake was searching for. Obviously I'm a protagonist. Nathan Drake is seen as an ancestor of his, or so he proclaims through it, so you kind of get the impression there's some sort of family link. Obviously later on you find out this isn't really the case, it's just a alias he took on because he liked it. So anyway, through this run you're going to see different animations, or not different animations, different running stances of Nate. Obviously you'll be having the typical walking scenario like this. There's very little we can do other than just do a typical slow walk. We'll also be doing a casual jog, which is what we're currently in, and when we're doing that we'll be doing the jumping animation as well, because it is faster to do that. In addition to this, you will have combat speed, is when he's sprinting. Obviously it's the fastest method throughout the game for travelling during this run, and when we can use that as much as we can, we will. But obviously there has to be enemies around in order to have combat speed. It goes without saying. It is within the name after all. And aside from that, other elements like when you are going upstairs, things like that, we will be shooting because it is faster to go upstairs when firing. So anyway, there's a couple of minor skips here which we take advantage of there. Obviously missing out one of the pillars to jump diagonally across, as well as that jump just before a pressure plate, and that just skips the animation. So just minor little time saves like that are implemented within the run. But at the moment obviously we're just exploring this new area and just trying to get through it ASAP. It is a very boring section, like the first 13 minutes of this run, because nothing really happens. You just essentially platforming your way through it. But obviously we'll have cutscenes appear as well, and we'll just skip through them as quick as possible to move on to the next sections. There is very few cutscenes you really can watch, or you're forced to watch. I don't think there's any now that I think about it. Here with this chain, if we quickly grab it, it will allow Sully to move forward. Essentially, he's going to be in operation of this. So by pulling it up and then letting go, he will sprint towards you, and then if you pull the chain 4 times, Sully will then take over. It's just a way again of moving him on quicker, to get him to the chain quicker. Obviously processes everything a lot faster. So here you will learn, or not learn, you will find Nate will have this journal. This is a journal that he picked up in the first chapter, and it's something that Francis Drake was carrying on him within his coffin, which was the reason we was on the boat before Eddie Raj's goons took over. And this is the premise around any puzzle that's in the game. There's a few of them, so we'll obviously have to open it up to do puzzles. Quickly here, there's the first reset checkpoint of the run, which just allows us to skip something like a 10-20 second animation there, to obviously proceed with the game. And we just platform our way through this, shoot a barrel because we need to allow Sully to come down because he's getting too old and can't obviously climb down anymore. But our man is just up there, so now he can climb down that ladder and join us, or rejoin us. And obviously we just need to get this next lantern lit to allow us to proceed. So we got to wait for Sully with that because he has obviously the lighter. So in a second we'll be coming up to our first puzzle of the game. I say all this, I can't remember if there's another one after this, so it may just be the only one up in this run. My mind's gone a bit blank on the subject. But obviously, normally going through it, you would obviously use the journal that you picked up to recognize the patterns on the wall, and then obviously do them in a set order, which we will just simply go through now as quickly as we can. Obviously there's a few dialogue sections, camera movements, which we just have to tolerate as well. But it's all very straightforward, very simple to do. So this is the third one. So then by doing this, it will open up, you see that circle in the middle, that's actually an area that can open up, and we will go down into that, climbing down a ladder. So that's basically what it does. By doing that, it opens that area. It doesn't actually open that door at the back, which you thought it might have done. Once this mini cutscene is done, we will jump off the pillar we're on, reset checkpoint, and then climb down. Obviously reset checkpoint will just allow you to warp to areas if you hadn't noticed already, from when the save mechanic kicks in. One thing to make note of in this game, climbing on ledges is notoriously annoying and frustrating. A lot of people will fling themselves off when rushing. We won't necessarily be trying to rush whilst on them, but yeah, if you even just play this casually, don't just mash left and jump, you will just fly off. Alright, so now we'll just drop down into the water. Obviously you want to limit your your swimming in this game, because it's very slow. It will really take it out of the run, or any time you want to make. But luckily there is a rock down there that we can obviously jump off. And then there's a ledge up there you can grab, which we ended up grabbing. Normally you can just jump straight to this bit of wood, and then once the dialogue appears you can jump up to there, shoot the barrels, survive the explosion, wait for Sully to move, reset checkpoint, and that brings Sully closer to you, so you can get to this chain up at the back to allow us to go on to the next section. Obviously, if we didn't do the reset, we'd be waiting for Sully to run towards us, and it's just a bit of hassle.
This looks safe.
Alright, so now we're going on to the next bit. Next bit of the boring introduction to the game. Bridge is falling, we've just obviously got to survive. Nothing more to it than that. Magically for Sully though, all those pillars fall down and he can just jump across, safe as houses. Also areas in the game like you saw then, we're going to roll into the walking animations. Obviously rolling in allows you to skip maybe 4 or 5 steps of the run. Obviously again just extra time saves. When you land like that, if you aim as well, it will also, or you fire your gun, it will also stop the animation and you can just proceed quicker.
They stop here.
So we're just coming up to the end of this chapter, going into chapter 3. We'll discover this U-boat which will eventually get to raid once we platform our way round into it.
There's something you don't see every day. God.
Which will obviously open up a few more mysteries about the game and the story. Which I will say, I'll try and give a little bit of understanding of the story as we're going, but I don't fully know it myself. You would have thought, having played it enough times, you would know the story, but no, not really. It's a game I really do love, but yeah, stories, I'm just so forgetful. So anyway, let's platform our way through this. We can also climb up here, grab onto this, and then just jump straight across. Just straightforward platforming. Climb up here, grab the vine, jump across. Here if you mash X you can get the climbs easier, or quicker I mean. And then obviously here we tried to jump onto obviously areas you can still carry on running. If there's a section of land where Nate obviously has to, like here, there will be a climbing animation like that. If you're able to just jump on it, you obviously just carry on jumping like this. Obviously saving those seconds, even though it's more very minor seconds. Okay, so now we got to the U-boat. You discover that there's Spanish coins on here, which obviously shows there's some history of the Spanish involvement. That's actually quite pivotal later on in the game, which I'll try and mention if I remember. But again, simple formalities and everything like that. So after this section, you'll actually meet the I suppose the early villain. It's not really villain, but bad guy. Let's say the early bad guy, Gabriel Roman. You won't actually see him in this run at all. Obviously, he's only in the cutscenes. Obviously, because well, actually, I don't know. You might see him towards the end. I don't think you do though. Yeah, I think you don't. You see Navarro just before the end as well. So you won't actually meet the early bad guy in this game. Like I said, we'll just skip cutscenes he's in, but he's there, and obviously there's an early twist with Sully's, which side Sully's on as well, which is a good little addition to the game, story-wise. But obviously, as you've seen, this is a very slow introduction to the game. Oh yeah, and soup.
Cozy.
Obviously, an early mention of soup. And obviously, once skipping that cutscene there, you can quickly jump back or move back in the direction of the door by just holding down, and it will angle you in that direction. So yeah, during this cutscene, you meet Gabriel Roman. Sully is put into a predicament, which you find out he is essentially on your side later on. But that's that basically. Navarro, I don't know if we get introduced to just yet. So anyway, this is our first section with some enemies. As you'll see, we will be shooting. We won't be shooting. We will be surviving a lot of bullets, like the any % run. There's very few times they'll ever really kill you or get close to it. So we will just, like this one and the next ones, will just be running past, blind firing our way through. If we can pick up his AK, that helps. Quickly climb up here. Take that just in case, but we'll be fine. Get stuck on him just because of this game. Run to the left, let him go to the left, we'll go to the right. Not that it really matters, but we just want to run in a direction which is obviously going to cut out some corners. If you jump into this wall, you can just jump straight past him. I don't think he can hit you. So in some sections in this game, like then, you can just run past, but other sections you still have to defeat all the enemies. So that's what we're going to do in this section. Don't necessarily have to shoot them so early, but we did. And by killing those 5 enemies, the checkpoint will kick in and we can reset, and it will project us further into the level, so we can move on with the run. Otherwise we'll waste about 10-15 seconds there. These guys we don't have to worry about. Actually, to be fair, none of these guys we have to worry about. As you see, Nate just happily takes the bullets, but we'll shoot them anyway. They can still punch you, get in the way like that. You do want to keep one of them there regardless, because you'll keep the combat speed going into the next section. As said, shooting upstairs just allows you to progress through that section quicker. Blind firing there kicks in the combat speed, which we then actually lost. So then we'll kill these guys, and then this one, if we carry on firing into the cutscene, we'll actually take the combat speed with us into the next area. Though this won't last as long as it does on any percent, it's still obviously an additional time save instead of doing the slow animation. So yeah, getting into this cutscene, getting into this chapter, obviously you saw we are now separated from Elena, who was with us. We was on a plane, I don't know, it got shot down, we got separated. So we got to relocate where she is. So that's essentially the point of this chapter. Unlike the any percent run, obviously you're able to skip triggers for the enemies in that. In this you can't, we still have to put up with them. But like said, we can just run past them. Except for right at the end of the checkpoint chapter, where we are actually going to have to try and kill quite a lot of them to save some time.
Here they come.
Because it's quicker, obviously, to try and progress through that way, as opposed to killing them all to move on. Or at least I think it is. So in this section, obviously, like said, in the previous ones, you have to kill some to carry on. In this case, we need a pillar to break over on the far side in order to carry on with the run, or else you're actually trapped in this area. So we're gonna kill some guards eventually, as we're really drawn out. Kill these 3. Just take some ammo in case. Triggers that. Just get rid of him. So that will spawn the next wave. Kill a few more. And then this guy up here will jump down, and that actually breaks this section so we can progress on with the run. But obviously the rest of them we can just leave behind. Oh no, we just kick in this door. Sometimes the door doesn't trigger, so you have to just run back. A little bit low on health there, so I just thought I'd waste a few seconds before we progress on. This section, it's probably best just to kill a few more, because we're going to be doing a climbing section, and at the end of the day they can shoot us whilst we're up there. We'll be taking quite a bit of damage. quite a lot of hits, and obviously we can die there. Obviously on harder difficulties you would just die. Even if it's easy, you'd most likely just die there. So now we've lost combat speed, we'll go into the jumping. Next area. Just kill some of these. You don't really need to. But we will, just in case. Take him out. One thing that's worth mentioning as well, with reset chapters or reset cutscenes or anything like that, your pistol ammo always has a minimum. So when you do that, you'll actually, your pistol ammo will come back. It will get, so say you're on 5 bullets, once you've done the reset, you'll then have something like 18, so you regain some ammo. So even on that sense, sometimes resetting for the sake of it into a new area is worth it, which we may have to do in a bit anyway. Okay, so there's a little jump here, across here, and then we've got a skip coming up if we're quick enough, which we'll try and do. Here you can look up instead of aiming, and it will move the camera quicker to the barrel. So if we jump here, oh no, we didn't jump here. You can jump before that checkpoint, land on this, reset, and it actually puts you onto the boulder ahead and skips the cutscene animation. So we'll just jump through these guys. Very simple, straightforward. Climb up here. So yeah, one thing you can clearly see that everything on Explorer is just way too easy. When they released the game on PlayStation 3, it was just easy difficulty, and I think by demand they offered Explorer as well on the remake to make it easier for people, because easy is quite difficult for casual people. So in this section we'll just shoot through these guards as quickly as possible. That rope you just climb down, we have to climb to trigger the next section, but we can't climb it until all the guards have been disposed of, because it is essentially a kill wall. They will just take you down. But this is the plane we were in before it was shot down or had engine failure, I don't know. So that's why we've gone there, just to see if Elena's still there, but obviously she's not. We get some more waves. Here we can just auto aim up to the guards, even if they're hiding. Obviously some bullets just go through and they've already been disposed of. Let's just pick up some ammo. Now you can reset here because you have to wait for the next section to load up, for the next waves to come through, but they're already appearing now, so that's good. I don't actually know if waiting there or resetting there is the best thing to do, but kill him, that explodes, these guys come through, you can just shoot your way through. This guy's there to surprise you, wait for that death trap to come through and just run past. Those will just one hit kill you if you get caught up in them, but you can avoid them. More climbing, which we love doing. And we'll just climb across here. So in the next section we're going to be getting, I still don't know the name of the weapon, but it's essentially a hand rocket launcher sort of thing. And it's going to help. I don't need to shoot them. Why am I shooting them? Just shoot through these. Our guy's up there, as you saw, he just fired it as. So we're going to go get that weapon and use it to hopefully skip through the next part a lot easier. If we die, we die, and so be it. But there is obviously a trigger animation here for the next checkpoint, but it's quite far on. So there's every chance we'll die now. Yeah, that's fine. So that actually takes us all the way back here, annoyingly. But no drama. I tend to find most of my runs die at that point, because you're just trying to be as quick and as efficient through that section as you can. That weapon actually dropped down there that time. So we'll try this again. If not, we can just stand here and shoot everyone. These traps are a hassle. Though, as you see, I wasn't even caught in that one and it killed me. Which pretty much sums it up. Normally you get... Mate. Normally you get a circle notification just saying... Great. Just saying that it's obviously gonna trigger and you need to get out of the way of it, but we didn't even get it that time. It just killed us. I mean, imagine dying 3 times on Explorer. Nathan, please. Going into this. I'm probably going to die again now because I really didn't do this very well. Yeah, alright. Let's just do this sensibly now. This clearly isn't working for me.
Where do these guys keep coming from?
Obviously this is the slower way of doing it all, as you can see. It is a bit more time consuming. Alright, that'll do. Actually, it might not be more time consuming, I don't know. Having done that. So anyway, so we can carry on with this now. There's going to be a few guards over there. Hopefully they won't kill us. But if you have too many left there whilst you're climbing up the tower, they will actually still shoot you down. So you still have to be a bit careful. Mate. Alright. So now we've got a bit of wall climbing to do. Lovely platforming on this game. Again, these are still very precarious when climbing. Like so. Mate. Not really helping myself here, am I? Alright, let's try this again. But that pretty much sums up the climbing of this game, that you can just get chucked off. I mean, I've done that same method of climbing this as I normally would, and yet it still threw me off when it wanted to. So we'll just take it a bit more steady. Once you land on the ground up here, there is a checkpoint, and that will take us over to the next section, which is just down the hallway, and we can carry on with our climbing.
Bust through that window.
Nathan no Dracob. Checkpoint there, hopefully I hit it. Right, let's just pick these up in case. I really can't remember if I kill all these or not, but or how many of them I kill. But we should just be able to blitz through. Mate. Get rid of them. Probably should have picked up a little bit more ammo. Yeah, we probably... Alright, we'll reset checkpoint there. That will reload our ammo, as you see. So that's the benefit of doing that. There's a guy on a turret here. He's pretty much the only one you have to worry about. I think I'm overkilling guards at the moment, just to be on the safe side. Let's skip everyone else and get into the next area, and obviously shoot our way into this, up the stairs and into the checkpoint. They can still shoot you there and kill you, but on Explorer they won't.
They're very good.
So anyway, that's the parachute that Elena was in, so obviously we're still trying to hunt her down, as you can obviously guess. And seeing where all the clues lead us. So we'll just shoot the padlock. Oh, great jump there, Nathan, thank you. And just shoot our way through this. Nice and easy. So there's a guy on a turret at the end of this, but luckily there's some nicely placed barrels there, which we can shoot just to destroy that. In this section I like going in with a micro, but we will change to a pistol. Trying to remember what we do here. I haven't played this run on Explorer for a while. Don't have to worry too much about the rest of them. And some big guys appear up here, so if we throw some grenades, if you don't get the first one, it will get the second one. I think we already got them both, and that will... Actually, do I even need to do that? I don't know. Maybe I didn't even need to do that. I don't know, I'm just adding time on. Yeah, it's probably the case that I didn't need to do any of that, and I could have just opened the gate, which I think is the case. No, actually, I don't know. I can't remember. No, I still had to do it. So yeah, that's right. Second guessing myself. Maybe I should have practiced this before we started. Ha. But anyway, with that section done, we now just have to open these cranks, which will allow more water to come in, because we have to rise the water levels in order to climb through the next segment. As you can see, the water needs to rise quite a bit so we can go up there. I mean, I'm blagging this so hard model at the moment, so hard. But it doesn't help when you're nervous as hell in the process. Oh, that was in regards to Hecky, never mind. Ha! Alright, so anyway, water levels have gone up. We're still chasing Elena. Let's climb up here, shoot our way up the stairs, and there's a reset checkpoint here which will teleport us higher up.
Jesus, Elena, where are you?
And there is actually a reset checkpoint on the word tower when it's said,
So
so
important about that tower.
just go through that and then we can just carry on. Plenty of guards appear in this section, but as you've learnt already, you can just shoot your way through them. There is obviously another, not crane, I don't know what it's called, contraption here, around here, which annoyingly, if you get shot, you'll instantly just stop moving it. So you still have to take out the guards in order to use it. We'll reset checkpoint there, that'll take us down here, and then we got a bit more climbing to do. I mean, luckily the game is quite forgiving on jumping, but sometimes you can get to the end of a ledge and Nathan will perform a baby jump, and instantly you will just not jump as far as you're thinking you're going to, and you'll just die. Which is great fun. Little set piece there, hit circle so we don't get absolutely crushed. So at the moment we're just trying to get our ways through to the next section. I don't know if we've seen Elena yet, but that's obviously where we're headed, in that general direction. So we're just climbing our way so we can get up to the top of this tower where there is some keys, ironically enough, which will allow us to open some gates to move through to the next section of the game. I mean, it's just convenient that he thinks, oh, let's climb up here and there's keys on a dead person. I mean, amazing how that just happens. climb up here, grab the keys. Baby jumps are killer, man. Got our keys and now we can climb down the rope, which I'm guessing we couldn't actually. Yeah, it's probably a bit too high to climb up from the beginning. Shoot our way through here, jump down. How much ammo have I got? My ammo management during this run has been absolute trash. Overthinking and panicking. Maybe he died with them. You never know. So in the next section, you're getting a horde of enemies appear, or a wave of enemies. There is another crank that we have to do, but obviously you can't get shot whilst doing it. I should have shot up there. Oh, mate, not paying attention. This is what happens when you don't do a category for a while and you do a different category instead. You forget everything. So shoot up there, aim over there. Now you can do this a bit quicker. So that might be fine. We'll just take care of him. Hopefully we're not going to get shot, but we may do. Yeah, no worries. Take them out. He's run over there. I don't think he can get us, but knowing my luck he will. Crank that. Shoot our way up the stairs. Trigger the guards. We haven't got the best weapon right now in a pistol to get through these. Hopefully, no. We'll just shoot our way through anyway. It's obviously better to have some AK ammo there. You lose combat speed there, so fire, and then fire your way down the stairs as well. Keep your combat animation going. And we'd have to worry about the rest. This cutscene we have to watch. So obviously now we're starting to see more links with the Spanish in this, other than the Spanish coins on the U-boat, and wondering what's going on and just trying to catch up with
Fletcher, we have gone to the Great Tower.
Drake's
I pray that you will meet us there.
adventure, what he was trying to discover, how he was trying to find El Dorado.
So you made it. But what were you plotting?
So there's a bit of a 2-in-1 here, obviously progressing with the story. Mate, please, come on. Oh, for goodness sake. Alright. And obviously getting Elena back, which we will relocate her in a moment. Reset checkpoint, some guards appear, but as you've learnt by now, we don't need to worry about them too much, unless they get in our way. No, thought I was going to fall off then. Usually you can aim the camera up and then just jump across and do a little skip there instead of climbing up on the other ledge.
Where did she go?
Jump across there. There is a simpler version of doing that, but once you get the hang of doing that, it's not so bad. It's not obviously the game's intended mechanic to get to that section. So it's a nice little skip. Shoot our way up here. In this cutscene, I think this is where he discovers Elena, and she's about to be shot by 2 guards. So we shoot them and shoot them to stop them or divert attention. And then what actually happens is you get hit by a rocket, you get knocked out, you get put into jail. In the cutscene, Eddie Raj is there. He's in charge of all these pirates. And then Elena actually breaks you out of prison, and then you go into this fantastic 2.5-minute auto section, which on Explorer level we can actually just leave the controller and you probably won't die. You literally don't have to do anything here, but I will just for the sake of safety. But you can pretty much just put your controller down, relax with, what was it, 3 minutes 25, something like that, and just take a breather. I mean, it's odd to have that in a speedrun, but just a relaxing midway section so you can regather your thoughts. So yeah, this is the exciting part of the run. This game is way brighter. There's every chance I've also got the brightness on high. I can't be sure though. Most games I play with I have brightness on high, which might actually be impacting that, but it is still a brightly coloured game, without a doubt. When you get to games like Uncharted 4, The Last of Us approach comes in and everything becomes darker, dingier. Thinking of Uncharted 2 and 3, I'm not sure. I can't remember, even though I just watched, obviously, Uncharted 3. But I just think the progression is, it started off bright and then just went down and down and down and down, and darkness just appeared really suddenly when Uncharted 4 came out. Crank that soldier boy. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this high octane auto section where the AI just kill themselves. This guy, however, we have to stop in his path because there is a reset checkpoint here which will get us headed in the other direction because you don't want to drive off a cliff. This guy you have to kill, so it's not really a case of 3.5 minutes where you can sit and do nothing, but now we're back to having to do nothing for at least another minute. I mean, unfortunately, this isn't as exciting as the auto section in Uncharted 2, where the cars in that can really fly off the map and add at least some excitement to the run. This, they just explode and the tyres go mental. Well, actually that went pretty high, whatever that was. So now driving through this tunnel, there are some boulders at the end of it and we just have to shoot them so we can continue on our path. And then that will pretty much lead us up to the last corner, to the last section of this auto. So another minute to go. You only have to hit it once, because you can just normally drive over those, but I still always just clear the path in case, because this game is this game and it will probably still kill me one time if I just leave it. So obviously we've got Elena back, we're getting shot at, we're obviously trying to progress on the story. I don't know where we're at with the story. So I'll get back on that at some point. Tires go mental, they do. So in the next section there's going to be a few guards we're going to have to kill in order to use the crank again. Luckily one of the guys drops a revolver, which we're going to use, which is just a one-hit kill, and it just makes it smoother, but the problem with it, the aiming on it is a bit more hassly. So it's this guy just here, pick up his revolver. No, could have shot him. I usually just go 1, 2, 3 like that, but I didn't want to waste that bullet just in case. Not that it would have been the end of the world. Jump through here, and now we got jet ski section. If I don't jump into the water, of course. So in this game there are 2 jet ski sections. This one's a bit tamer than the second one, but they're still both frustrating. For a lot of people, they don't like the jet ski sections, period, which is fine, I can understand that. The main issue in this section is more barrels than guards. As you could probably imagine, these barrels can take a lot of health off you. They will not one-hit kill you, but there's a lot of hassle with them. It'll just be an extra safe by just blowing up some of the barrels. That last guy will not kill you, he will not shoot those barrels either, which is quite funny to me. Not quit, reset checkpoint. Into this section we'll be firing whatever the hell the rocket, I don't know what the weapon's called. And this will actually trigger combat speed in for us into this section, but there's a cutscene here, so now we lose it. Obviously in any percent that it's more relevant because you'll just clip through the wall and carry on, but oh well. So anyways, pick up that ammo. Could do with a different pistol right now. Just kill some of those. Guy up here with a rocket, let's take him out. Alright, that's better. We'll just reload before we go into here. A little bit of a horde that we can shoot through. I will say about my preference of having the pistol, not every weapon you will actually the ammo will reload with. So if you have the revolver or the desert later on, you will not actually get ammo reloading. So there's only a couple of pistols in the Uzi. Right there, there's a very nice checkpoint restart there, which will skip, I don't know, 10 seconds through that section. More barrels, so let's shoot those. Just drive through. Actually, no, I say there's three auto sections, jet ski sections. Actually, obviously, I didn't think of this one so much. Shoot that into the middle. That'll break down 2 boulders that are either side. Don't die here. Let's just get through this. Which will obviously, just breaking that down in one shot's a lot better than wasting 2.
I'll meet you back at the customs house.
So obviously we're headed to the customs house. I don't really remember why. Let's get through this section. Jump across here, leave those guards behind now. We're going to be doing some more climbing whilst there's some guards about. So it's better to just take a few of them out, because you're going to be racking the bullets otherwise. So we'll just kill them and carry on. Normally it's a case of you don't kill any of them and you just hope you get through. Now, if I'm perfectly honest, I don't really remember what I do here. Whether I kill all these guards or not for the next section to trigger or what, but I know you have to kill X amount of them to trigger the next horde of enemies. So let's start shooting. I think normally I would have jumped up top, took the guy's explosive and shot them. So those guys are spawned. You got some ammo? No. 2 more guards appear, which didn't appear there, so he's probably gonna spawn in a moment. No, he didn't spawn, so obviously I didn't kill someone. That's probably why. There you are. There's him. And you have to kill these because there's a bit you have to push here, and they'll just shoot you and it stops the animation. So obviously more climbing, the more exciting parts of the run, as you could probably guess. Obviously, some of you will know I've been doing glitchless crushing recently, and there was actually a few reset checkpoints I found in that run which I can actually incorporate into this, or at least considered, and there's one coming up which we can actually incorporate into the run. I did think there'd be a few more, but there isn't, unfortunately. But this one coming up was just found because of glitchless crushing, running glitchless crushing. Hopefully we don't do a baby jump at the top here and have to redo all of that. That's notorious for happening. So let's go up here, turn around. As long as he appears, shoot him, reset. We're up top now, and we can just swing down. Amazing climbing. Monka. Shoot down here, and now Elena's on the outside. Obviously, we've done most of the leg work. Let's let her in, and we can carry on. We're at the place she said, what was it called again? The customs house. Shoot our way through here. Again, up here there's another crank that we're going to have to use, so we're going to shoot the guards so they don't end up shooting you when you use it. I don't know if we have to worry about him, but we'll find out in a moment. There's a guy up there, one there. Is he appearing? He is. And then there's a guy with a rocket there, but he's not appearing. There he is. Obviously still manages to get a shot on us. The guy I've missed will probably shoot me when I'm doing this. Yeah, thought as much. I don't think I've ever normally left him, but I thought, for goodness sake. Right, there we go. Do this again. Now this guy's dropped his shit. He's dropped his shit. Alright, let's pick up his weapon. We're going to take that with us into the next area. It's just a couple of moments where it will benefit us. Take the lock off that, jump across here. A little QTE, so we have to mash X, and the moment it's done that we can reset checkpoint and carry on with a run. Whip this out, and there's a lock on that door. We can actually, nice jumping, Nathan. We can actually shoot that, so it's ready for us when we get there. It's a bit quicker than aiming with your pistol when you get here. It's not the biggest of locks, and you can just obviously, when you get there, it's just a lot smoother in transition. In here, you just get a couple of waves of enemies. Luckily, again, because of the difficulty, we can just skip most of it. But there is one guard up here on a turret, and you can see why I brought that weapon along with us. It just makes that transition a bit smoother. Get rid of that guy. I did want his AK actually, I'm not lying. But we can actually use this crank without the rest of the guards shooting us. And jump down here. And that will take us into another cutscene. Perfectly honest, I'm not sure what this cutscene is all about, but I know there's a boat involved. But suddenly Elena's back with us. Maybe she come over on the boat? I don't know. So let's just blast our way through this. Actually, let's leave him. I was thinking that because you can reset checkpoint and reappear just here, but I mean, it don't really matter. It might actually save a couple of seconds there. I could be wrong though. If you're fortunate there, you can almost get, I don't know if it's a 1-frame jump, but after that cutscene, if you mash jump, you can actually get a jump there to help you along the bridge a little bit. So obviously, as you can tell, Elena is really right behind us, following us when, no, she's not. But she'll just magically reappear in a moment. These guards up here, we have to kill them all in order to progress with the game. They're a bit of a pain. Let's just reload. Didn't reload, so let's just use the pistol. So that's them all taken care of. Next jet ski, and there's Elena. Let's carry on. So now we're heading up river, believe it or not. I mean, you never would have guessed that. It is possible to die on the jet ski on Explorer when you get to the far end of this. Obviously in the barrels as well can be a bit of a meme, but for the most of this, as long as you blind fire with Elena, you can actually just get through quite smoothly. And you can take a hit from a barrel and not die, which is at least nice to have that added little security. Really, you just shoot like a madman because the firing from Elena is very RNG. I don't know if it affects which way you're pointing the jet ski for her general direction or anything like that. But yeah, her firing is just bad RNG all the time. Now there is a guy with a rocket up the top who can shoot you. I don't know if he's a one-hit kill on Explorer. but you kind of just ride your luck, and if he hits you, he hits you. Just keep shooting the barrels as we progress through this. There's the guy with the RPG, so we can just skip him. Now there's 2 guards either side, so 4 in total. The guys on the right will keep firing at you, and there's every chance that eventually they will kill you. But if you're quick enough anyway, obviously that slims down the chances. If you're unsure, you can just shoot them. You can actually manual aim with a laner, which I didn't actually realise until like after running the game for about 1.5 years. As I'd always done Explorer, I never knew I could actually manually aim with a laner on the jet ski. So normally you're meant to run around and kick down a door, which is over there, which is now open because of a laner, but it's quicker to go round. Kick down this door, shoot up here and roll into a cutscene. Obviously all of Eddie's men are still here, as they're the ones who keep shooting at us. But now a new type of enemy appears, or a new type of soldier I suppose, appear, and we can just, as always, just shoot our way through. Obviously they got a bit more armor to them. The ones just after this have got even more armor, but it's not really much hassle in that. You'll also find some of them with laser sights, and obviously they will track you and track your movement. And obviously you can, when you're running along, you can actually roll and that will cancel that. These guys, we have to kill them all. Let's just pick that up, because after this there is a trigger for Elena. You need her to carry on with a section of the run, or section of the game, so killing all the guards is pivotal here. There's a couple more up here, and most of them should just be below us. Pick that up now. Hopefully they're just all down here, but they can kind of move about everywhere. Jump down here, shoot the barrels, and hopefully she says good job or job done or something like that. If not, there's obviously still someone about. And we've still got sprint animation, so am I just being blind? Normally they're over there. There they are. Nice job, she says. Reset checkpoint. That takes us back to where Elena's gone. Do this 4 times and Elena will take over. And let her do that. I have no idea where we are with the story in this. That's all I can say. I was thinking I've got to try and keep up with the story here and try and blag my way through it, but I just don't remember. I don't remember where it's at in the story now. So anyway, this section, there's a few guys. We will be coming back here later on in the run and actually take care of the enemies. But here we can just run through and run into the trigger for the next section. In here we actually have to take out the guards. Let's just jump down, screw this, can't be bothered. One guy with a rocket. I think there's 5 in total down here. That's that. I think this is the point when we get Sullivan back. Obviously he's been away because after chapter 3 he was taken by Gabrielle. And now he's come back. Obviously I think we're still skeptical of him. I'm not sure, or at least Elena is, but He's back on our side and he's back to help out. In here we've got a puzzle, very straightforward. These two pillars we move twice, and these ones we move one to the right and one to the left. Obviously the clues for it's all in the journal, and you have to obviously open the journal to trigger all this. As we know the solution, we can just progress with the run.
Bingo.
Nice and easy. Nice of you to grab onto that ledge, Nathan. Muchly appreciated.
You know, this looks familiar.
Looks familiar. It must be in that journal of yours.
Another library?
Huh. What now?
Let's get through this.
Okay. Land of the Dead.
Now coming up there's a little skip which we're going to do. Normally you would have to climb around the outside. I'll just show you where that is just for hindsight. You'd climb around that, but you can actually just jump across this gap. If you commit to the edge of the... When you get close to an edge, there's like an invisible bit of ground you can go on. So basically we're just capitalizing on that. You can put almost like one step on it, or 1 foot on it, and then jump. It's done earlier in the run as well. And you kind of hit that bit, and then you jump, and you're able to just jump across. Probably should get some ammo here. Yeah, that'll do. And then he's able to just jump across. If you do it too late, you will just fall down and grab the ledge. Here we just have to take out the hordes of enemies. Nice and straightforward. Could do with a bit of ammo here. What was that? Nah, we'll take the shotgun. I hate shotguns in this game. Oh, actually, let me take that. That'll be beneficial for shooting these. Now, there's a bit of a puzzle. You have to shoot these bells to open up the next section in the game. I don't know if the journal tells you that, but I'm guessing it does. Either way, after doing that, we can then reset checkpoint. It actually takes us down there. When you go through there, there is a door, a ladder you climb down, and it will take us down there. So that reset checkpoint alone probably saves a good 20 seconds. And then we just shoot our way through these guards, do a bit of climbing, and then we're on the 15th chapter of the game. But overall, it's all very, very same old for this run. We just shoot our way through this. Obviously, we're just in regular jogging animation, but by shooting, it will just speed us up a little bit more as well. Do this crane. Run through the door. The moment that just before the door hits the floor, you can reset checkpoint. As you saw, it actually didn't even finish doing its save, and that'll teleport us up here, which will allow us to do more climbing, believe it or not. There's quite a lot of climbing on this. Now that I'm actually saying this out loud and going through the run, I'm like, damn, there's a lot of climbing in this. Some might just call it boring parts of a game. No, it can't PB. Alright, now we'll just shoot our way through this. Shoot our way up here. And jump up that. So now we're into the church section of the game. This is quite notorious for having really bad ledges when you're climbing on it. So we just have to be a bit more careful. Problem with the climbing here is obviously if you fall off, you come back here. We don't have to kill those guys, which actually allows us to skip a cutscene there. And we'll just let them continue shooting at us. They won't kill us, or shouldn't kill us, or at least we will get over to the next area quick enough. and before it becomes an issue, if it does become an issue. So just be a bit careful climbing these. Obviously this is the upper area to the section we were just in with those bells which we shot. In here there's actually 2 keys either side, and you have to, large keys, you have to like pull them down in order to open a secret area in the game, which is obviously that heart at the back, which you saw, which is the window. And so we've done 1 key and we just have to go around to the other one. Nice and straightforward. And you can actually jump across here, save a bit more time. Again, obviously the journal will be telling you all this, I'm sure, because I don't really remember. So that triggers an area, and we'll just climb around now. I hate this bit. There we go. It's just awkward to sometimes get that jump across, because Nate just is trying to jump the other direction even if you're holding left. So anyway, we've just seen Sully and Elena. Oh no, we actually see them in a second, I think. Yeah, I think. Sullivan has escaped from Matt. He's actually in that room with Elena, and that is actually Gabriel Roman. He is the first villain. I don't remember how I do this normally, so we're just gonna completely wing it. But we have to take care of all these guards. Great. There's probably more here. Yeah, well, do. Take this guy's weapon up here. Now there's a guy behind me. Lovely. We'll get him in a second, and we can just one-shot our way through these guys. We have to defeat all guards. Where are you at? There you go. Okay. No. So still one more? Yeah. Alright, okay. So losing combat speed's an indication that you've killed all the enemies. And in here, Elena and Sully. So I don't really know how they got in there unless they come through, I don't know, underneath or something like that. But obviously I'm sure Roman would have seen them had he just come out of there. In here you've got another puzzle, straightforward. You move this one twice to the left, this one once to the left, and the other one twice to the left. Again, you'll see all these patterns within your journal, and it's just about lining them up. Very straightforward puzzles in this game, nice and easy. And this will obviously open up a secret compartment. In here, I think you also find Francis Drake's body, his actual body, so he wasn't in the other coffin. That was found earlier in the game, I think, or you'll get confirmations of his death in a cutscene there. Well, yeah, I am going to be shooting.
What is this place?
You get confirmation that he's dead in that bit as well, I think. Again, I can't really remember. It's been a long time since I've seen these cutscenes.
Wait a second.
But either way, that really means very little for this run. We now have to find our way to progress through to the next section of the game. And by doing that, we have to activate this crank up here, which then will trigger another section. Which then, I don't know, we then go on an elevator, which then takes us, which opens a hidden compartment behind a window, or not a window, a metal bar, which then allows us to progress by going down a lift, which then lowers the bridge. I don't really know, it just doesn't make sense sometimes. But coming up here, there is a reset checkpoint, obviously to save a few seconds on the cutscene. When that pillar hits the corner of that chain, you can just reset and carry on. Nice and easy. No, mate, this is live. Mate, that would be spooky if this was pre-recorded and I just said, no mate, this is live. That would have been perfect timing. You could not have got that any better.
Damn, nothing.
So we've lost communications with Sully. He's disappeared again. God only knows where. But anyway, we got to platform our way through all this. These lanterns are one-hit kills. They will just wipe you out if you line up with them. So you have to try and obviously avoid them at all costs, especially in a speed run. You do not just want to drop there because you will actually just fall to your death. Shoot our way up here and then dodge these lanterns again. And we just have to mash circle here because there is one prompt command. Really looked like a recorded video, excuse me. No, don't worry, safe YOLO, that's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just awesome at commentary, and it's just it just tricked you into thinking that this must be pre-recorded because this guy can't be this good. Surely not. Mate, that's not great. Anyway. Okay. So let's go down this elevator. Yeah, I'm trying to explain what's going on, but on Glitchless it's not really so fun explaining it because it's all very much same old, especially in this game. So obviously going down that lift opens that door. This is basically a fast let's play. That's what we're going for here. Just with someone who kind of knows what he's doing a little bit, even though he's completely blagged a couple of sections. What a gaming machine. Anyway, so that's opened this section. We've climbed this chain. We're going to go down this lift now, and then that's going to open the drawbridge. I mean, and lift that up so Elena can get through. I mean, I don't know. It just seems a bit, yeah. Just before all that, you would have seen that I went on the stairs and then jumped across. That's actually skipping a section. You are actually meant to climb up a pillar on an earlier section. Now, as you can see, I'm completely out of ammo here, and we're coming into a fight section with Eddie and his gang of thieves. But because we've gone in with no ammo, I'm going to reset checkpoint. This is going to give us some pistol ammo because we've got a pistol which will reload during the reset. And we're just going to have to take out these guys. Can he hit me? There we go. That's that section done, nice and easy. Shoot our way through here. Luckily I don't need any ammo, so that's alright. Because this guy who's hiding around there, normally you'd shoot him, but he ain't going to kill you. Use the crank, it's going to bring the ladder down and then you can carry on. Let's just hope he's out of the way. I think he goes back down the stairs, yep. More guards up here, but as it's Explorer we can just shoot our way through. We're not going to die, it's no drama. Yeah, sometimes you just don't even need ammo in this run, even though there's hordes of enemies. But then saying that, this is hardly much different than my crushing strategies. Run through some of that walking checkpoint, and now we are in chapter 17 maybe? Yeah. Heart of the Vault. So in Heart of the Vault there is an early skip here which allows you to kill yourself in one of the pits and skip, and it will trigger the cutscene quicker. There is a pit to the right which I'm going to go, and if I hold aim the camera is going to change, and obviously once I've got control of Nate, I'm then going to drop down to my death, skip the cutscene. In the next section we're going to be with Eddie, and we're going to be, two of us are going to have to shoot through these guys. Now these guys, where the hell did they just come from? They're a bit random. What are they? Well, basically they're zombies, and that's the simple way of putting it. And at the moment it's just quite a mystery what they're all about. But at the moment they're jumping up the pits and coming through each one of these sections. There is an order to them. I don't know what the order is, so as always in many of my runs it's a case of blagging it. They won't kill you. In before they kill you. No, I think it's this one now. But I mean, if you know the order, you can save yourselves about 10 seconds or so through the section. Now, Eddie's been killed. I think he got dragged down below, I'm not sure. But anyway, a little bit about these zombies so you've got an idea about them. They're called Descendants, and obviously you know there's been a lot of references about the Spanish in this game. Well, basically they're the Spanish. Later on in the game you find out more about El Dorado and the sarcophagus, which I'll explain more at the time, but let's just say for now, these are the Spanish that were left behind. That's the best way of putting it. Monsters, zombies, they are whatever they are. But now we've gone through that section, killed them, and we'll just progress onwards. Unfortunately, this isn't any percent, so the next few chapters will not be done in the space of 10 seconds. By just clipping through the gate and jump into the ladder, we're actually going to have to do this the long way, which means more climbing, which is great fun. And obviously Elena's just being left in that room, so she's like, yeah mate, you go do it. I'm just going to stand here. Fine. Let's get on with it. And we'll play this safe. The climbing, like I said, is bad. So just get our way through this. I mean, it's hard to really make climbing elements sound exciting multiple times for a run. But climbing sections, have fun. Enjoy the silence. And there's a bridge here you can actually fall down, so you just want to jump over, make sure you don't. I have actually ended runs on that before. And a bit of a deformed Nate there. Obviously, there's the set cutscene that he's going to be talking to Sully on the radio. And if you just roll, it just does that. So in this section, we're going to be introduced to more of these zombies. So we're going to pick up some ammo. And we're going to process to the next area. Obviously, we're trying to find a way to get through all this. Hence why Nate's come this way, because obviously all our paths were locked off. Just luckily for us, we've come into the home of the zombies. Probably where they were all locked in. Hence, what happened to them happened to them. So now we have to activate the generator, which is just here. Which I'm guessing would also power our escape. Once we got back to Elena. But unfortunately, this kind of turns on everything. And more zombos. Thank you for the nice work on that climbing. The zombos appear again. We can actually jump our way closer to this section where we need to go. But we just have to shoot our way through, and there's a couple of these, I don't know what they're called, circuit breakers or something, or levers or on switches, whatever I suppose on switches will do. There's a couple of them we just have to activate before we carry on, so we just have to shoot our way through these guys. Nice and easy, straightforward, high octane entertainment. We'll get this way and then we will escape. And we'll obviously head back to Elena. As you saw, those two switches, I opened the door because the door locked. Which I clearly forgot was the reason why we were doing that. This section really spooked you the first time you played it. Yeah, I was basically the same. I mean, I don't know when this, I can't remember when this came out on PS3, but I was probably 15, 16, and even then, I'm not good with horror. I'm not good with things that are scary in general, so coming here at this part of the game really didn't get to me. But then you come back to it years later and you're like, damn, that was tame. Why was that ever a thing? So in this section, more zombos appear. I didn't kill this one. There is 7 altogether. If you don't kill them all, when you try and open that door, one will just grab you from above and kill you. So anyway, now we're heading back to make our way to Elena, but unfortunately on the way we look across the drawbridge and we actually see that Gabriel Roman has got her and he's there with his guys. So we got to actually change our plans and we got to shoot through everyone. So they've all appeared now and we got to make alternative ways back. So all we're going to do is shoot our way, run and shoot our way through. As you could probably guess, it was very easy. Obviously there's a few zombos. We'll just pick up his ammo. Just cause, why not? I feel like I must have just done this. And I normally do this. Saying that, I just do this in crushing as well, which is incredible, really. Shoot, I'll run our way through this, roll through the snipers so we don't get shot at, and that will just allow us to go up the ladder into the next checkpoint. Next chapter, even. So that section's nice and easily done. Yeah, I think there's something to do with Nazis, but I really can't remember. So we're getting to the climax of the game now. We can reset checkpoint here, which will stop his walkie-talkie moment with Sully, I think. So yeah, like I said, we're coming up to our final two sections of this game. A couple of fights, and then the final boss fight. Which, if you didn't think this game was already anticlimactic enough, wow, that last fight's great. But we got to take, oh, great firing, auto aim. We got to take out all these guys. Oh, come on, why are they not appearing? Now they appear the moment I look away. Great. Right, so let's take out these guys up the top of the towers. Some more will appear over here. There they are, just magically appearing like that. Normally they spawn a bit better than here. Why did he not just kill himself then? I can't be bothered with this. Where are you? There you are, lovely. I think there's one more. Okay. And then the next two waves will appear, one over there, and then we'll have two guys in the tower. One up there and one over there. So basically you just run around here, and the moment you stop running, the guards are spawned. So that's the reason you run around here, because you lose the combat animation, and then you can just turn around, and there they are. You obviously want to get through this as quick as possible. There's two over here. Then up here, there's one, whereas he's there. And then this guy up here. You're always in a bad position at this point. That's all of them. Hopefully, reset checkpoint. And that's taken us over here. Part of me feels no, I didn't kill him. Didn't kill him. Let's do that again then. I mean, if this wasn't exciting enough, you get to see this bit again. Obviously, I thought I killed this guy, but clearly I didn't. Sully, just say, let's go, Nate. That was great. Well done. Reassure me that I did that right this time. Anyway. Coming into the church. Again, another set piece of waves of enemies, and we just have to take them out.
Damn it, they're everywhere.
So we've got this first wave of snipers, guys on the floor, nice and easy. We're now out of ammo, just pick that up. One guy appears at the end, let's take him out. I do not know why I picked up a shotgun. Oh, it wasn't a shotgun. Go figure. Just get that then. I think I did that before. I thought I picked up the shotgun and it wasn't. Anyways. Oh, for fudge's sake. We gotta do that again. Clearly I didn't kill them all. Here's me trying to rush through and I'm not even doing this correctly. I mean, I'm just trying to drag this out as much as possible. I know you guys are loving this. We'll take that again, why not? Ah, am I left with a bloody shotgun? Oh, there's 3 over here, so one of them ran to the right. That's why I missed him. There we go, now we can reset. We're at the other end, these guys are just spawned. We can just shoot them from afar. Nope. Alright, so that's that segment done. So there's a secret passage under the altar. If you didn't read the subtitles, I've just told you, so you don't have to. That opens up a secret area down here, hence secret. Going to shoot our way through here and it's going to take us to now Navarro, who's now become the main antagonist because Roman was killed, I think, or is killed within this cutscene. I think he's killed within this cutscene because they found the sarcophagus. The sarcophagus is the thing in the net that's being pulled up. So basically the sarcophagus has loads of, I don't know, evilness in it. You open it up and it turns people into zombies. That's essentially what's happening. And that's what's creating, that's what happened to the Spanish, to turn them into zombies. And hence the name Desiccants. So now we're in the process of obviously trying to stop Navarro from escaping with it, because he's going to sell it off to a warlord or warmonger. I don't know what the words or terms are. He's going to sell it. He's going to make some pretty sweet dough. Lots of people are going to die. Now in these sections we've got to be somewhat careful because there are death barriers. We can't just shoot our way through these ones. But we can still obviously take loads of bullet damage. So we'll just shoot through these guys. Is that it? That's that one done. This is the build up to the final of the game. Obviously, if you hadn't guessed already. We can actually, should just be able to run through here. No, maybe you can't. I'm sure you do that on any percent, but maybe actually it's, I don't know, I'm sure you do that on any percent, so I don't know why you can't do that now. Anyway, let's just quickly take care of these guys. One more appears up here. And then we're going to have the epic showdown. I mean, if you've never seen the ending of this game before, mate, this final fight is something else. It really is something else. It's because you skip triggers. I quickly watched someone's video before this, thinking, yeah, that's fine, I can do that. So basically this final fight consists of mashing 4 buttons and punching him 4 times. And that's pretty much it, and time will be coming up in a second after the second punch, and then Navarro is defeated. That's the end of Glitchless, and that's essentially it. Not really much more that can be said. Navarro isn't actually dead at this point. Next is Elena, who's in the helicopter, which I didn't even know. At that point, I probably could have told you that. Sully's somewhere and he appears in a boat in a moment. I mean, everyone's everywhere. Navarro's still alive, but Nate, being quick-witted and no weapon, realises there's rope around his foot, pushes the helicopter off, and, well, basically. And off Navarro goes with the sarcophagus, which I'm guessing... I have always wondered what kills him first. Drowning or the sarcophagus crushing his body. But either way, that is Glitchless, Uncharted on Explorer. 128, not too bad. Overall, as it's been a very long time since I've run this, maybe like a month. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. Where's Chloe? Chloe hopefully never appears again in another Uncharted. Elena, Bay. That's basically it. Not much can really be said. So, do what you want to do, Hecky. We're done here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for everyone setting up the Unchartathon marathon. It's been really enjoyable and fun to watch. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the stream. I hope you enjoyed Toxic's stream. Hopefully he's there so I don't have to make up and do a crushing Glitchless 1 run instead, because you need a filler material. Anyway, have a good one guys, and we'll catch you later. Hope you all enjoyed.
You should see the other guy. Got us a boat.
We already have a boat.
Yeah, big.